If you've been wondering why the U.S. and Israel's war with Iran has spilled into Lebanon nearly 1,000 miles away, the answer begins 40 years ago. The year was 1982. Israel had just successfully invaded southern Lebanon and pushed its biggest threat, the Palestinian Liberation Organization, out of the region. But it also created a new problem for itself, because the large Shia Muslim population in the south had long felt neglected by Lebanon's government, and now much of that same community was living under Israeli occupation. Across the region, another country saw an opportunity. Iran had just gone through its own Islamic revolution 3 years earlier. Its new leaders wanted to export that revolution, expand their influence, and build a front line against Israel. So they sent money, they sent weapons, they sent military advisors into southern Lebanon to organize local Shia fighters. And the result was Hezbollah, the party of God. For the Islamic Republic, Hezbollah was one of the best investments it had ever made, because instead of confronting Israel directly, Iran now had a loyal and heavily armed proxy sitting right on Israel's northern border. Why fight your own war when someone else can do it for you? Hezbollah quickly grew into far more than just a militia. It became one of the most powerful political and military forces in the region. And for years, Israel and Hezbollah then settled into uneasy deterrence. Both sides knew another war would be devastating, so they mostly avoided one, despite constant threats and periodic skirmishing. But then, after the October 7th attacks in Israel, Hezbollah entered the conflict in solidarity with Hamas. A U.S. brokered ceasefire largely halted the fighting back in November 2024, but the tensions never faded. And when U.S. and Israeli strikes then killed Ayatollah Khamenei in February of this year, Hezbollah did exactly what Iran had spent 40 years building it to do. It opened another front against Israel in support of the regime. And this time, Israel decided deterrence was not enough. Launched its biggest campaign against Hezbollah in years, targeting the group's leadership, its weapons, stockpiles, and infrastructure. Airstrikes pounded southern Lebanon and parts of Lebanon's capital, Beirut, killing thousands and leaving entire neighborhoods in ruins. Today, the hostilities have largely stopped under a U.S. brokered ceasefire, but whether that peace holds depends on one question: what happens to Hezbollah? Now, the agreement calls for the group to disarm. The Lebanese army is meant to take control of southern Lebanon and Israeli forces to withdraw back to Israel. Great plan on paper. The reality, pretty challenging. Hezbollah says it's not giving up their weapons. Israel says it's not leaving until Hezbollah does. And the Lebanese government, caught in the middle, trying to assert authority over an organization that, let's face it, is right now more powerful than the state. Plus, Iran is saying it's not signing any long-term deal as long as Israel is still in Lebanese territory. It is true that Hezbollah is weakened and its support base within the Shia community in Lebanon is under a lot of pressure. But that might actually embolden the group. Launching renewed attacks could bolster its reputation as defenders of the region against the U.S. and Israel, kind of like the Islamic Republic in Iran right now. Not to mention that continued fighting in Lebanon does work in Iran's interests. I mean, if Hezbollah were really to disarm, it would mark a major geopolitical shift in the region. But if the last 4 decades have taught us anything, it's that in the Middle East, ending one conflict has a way of setting up the next.